Hey guys, Jonathan Soda here, back again doing another movie review, and today we'll be reviewing Finding Nemo. Now, Finding Nemo is directed by Andrew Stanton and features Albert Brooks, Ellen DeGeneres, Alexander Goode, Willem Dafoe, Brad Garrett, Allison Janney, Austin Pendleton, Jeffrey Rush, Stephen Root, Vicki Lewis, Joe Rance, John Ratzenberger, Andrew Stanton, Barry Humphries, Eric Bana, Bruce Spence, Bill Hunter, and Lulu Abelling. So the plot of Finding Nemo is that it starts off in a very heartbreaking way. Marlin is with his wife Coral, and they live in an anemone that is literally right in front of this open space in the ocean called the drop off, and so they live right in front of that, and so since they live in front of that, um, they um, they love it. Nemo and Coral really love the view of the open ocean, and so and so uh, and then you see that they both have kids in like a little cave. Like they have 400 eggs of kids, and so once we see that they go back to the anemone and they see that everyone who is playing near the open water is has left and is gone back home, and uh, they're wondering like where'd everybody go, and they see that there's like a big fish that eats other fish. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a big long fish with sharp teeth, and so they're both scared of it because like they're not in the they're not in the anemone, and it can eat them in any moment. So Marlin's like, Coral, get back in here. Coral's really shocked on what she sees, and like she looks down and sees that sees the kids, and she's worried if like the fish will eat the kids, and so she swims down so she can protect the kids, and so but Marlin, he tries to like go down to save Coral, but then like the fish tries to eat Marlin, and so like Marlin's like trying to dodge, and like the fish like slaps him with his back tail, and like he slaps him, and then like he lands on the anemone, and that pretty much knocks him out. And so when he wakes up, it is nighttime, and so he sees that Coral is gone. That Coral, like he can't find Coral. Like he's like, Coral, and he knows that he's gone. And so he looks down to check on his kids, and all his kids are gone. Literally all 400 kids are gone. And so he gets really sad about it, and I'm pretty sure the whole audience gets really sad about it too, including myself. And so once that happens, while he's sad, he looks down and he sees that one more fish has survived. Just one fish. He grabs it and he holds it. And he says, "Daddy's got you." And he names it Nemo, because that's what Coral wanted to name one of her kids. And so we move on to a couple years later, a few years later, and Nemo is now a child, and so Marlin and Nemo are still they don't live in the open ocean anymore. They moved their anemone to the neighborhood, to where nowhere near the open ocean. They just live like with all the other fish. So so yeah uh, it's the first day of school for Nemo, and so he tries to wake up Marlin, and so Marlin is really tired, but then he's like, all right, let's go, and then but like Marlin is very protective on Nemo, because like he does not want the same thing that happened with Coral and all his other kids to happen to him, and Nemo, he has a small fin. He has like a small fin that's a lot shorter than the other one, in which they call the lucky fin. He was born like that because like when Marlin found his egg, it was a bit cracked, and so that's why he has that small fin. So that makes Marlin even more protective on Nemo, because like he thinks that Nemo can't do things because of his little fin and all that he can't swim well and all that. And so like with on his first day of school, he's very scared and nervous about it. And so but he's still willing to take his son to the first day of school, because he feels like he can trust him now. Um, so they go to the first day of school, and they meet some fish, and then the teacher, Mr. Ray, takes all the students, and Nemo, they take them, but Marlin does not know where they're going, and then one the fish the fishes that Marlin man told him that they're going to the drop off, and so that really freaks him out, and so he goes over there because like the drop off is where like his whole family died. He doesn't want no none of his family anywhere near the drop off, and so like he goes there to try to save Nemo. And so once he goes there, he sees that Nemo is with his other little friends, and they see like a boat in the distance of in the open water. So like they're all debating on like who can go the farthest to touch the boat, but they don't call it a boat; they call it a butt. uh, so yeah, so they try to have Nemo to go, but like he's like I don't know. My dad says it's not safe, and before and so Nemo Marlin sees that he was about to Marlin sees all the kids in the open water, and like he thought that Nemo was gonna go over there too, and he was like, Nemo, no, and so he grabs him, and like he gets mad at him because he did not he knows that he can't be anywhere near the open ocean. So so um uh so once that happens, they start fighting, and like Mr. Ray and all the other students are looking at them, and so like they're fighting, and Nemo's like, I can swim fine, Dad, okay? And he's like, no, you can't, Nemo. You think you can do these things, but you just can't, Nemo. And so after that, Nemo tells Marlin, I hate you. And then Mr. Ray tells Marlin like, is there a problem here or anything? And then while Mr. Ray and Marlin are talking, they see that one of the students catch their attention. Like they tell him that Nemo's swimming in the sea, in the open sea, and so Marlin like gets even more freaked out that he's seeing Nemo swim into the boat, and so he it gets him really scared, and he's like, and he yells to Nemo, Nemo, get back here! I said, get back here now! And so Nemo's like still swimming toward the boat no matter what his father is saying. And so Nemo like he goes up to the boat, and like he's about to touch it, and he's like, don't touch the boat, Nemo. Are you listening to me? Don't touch the boat. And then the first thing he does is touch the boat. And then like he swims back to Marlin. But while he's swimming back, a diver that was from the boat like catches Nemo, and like Marlin and all the other people in the class are really freaked out. And so Mr. Ray takes all the kids away from the open ocean, and but like Marlin is still right there, and he's really shocked on what he's seeing, that Nemo's about to be taken away just like his wife and his other kids. And so Nemo tries to rescue him, but like another diver comes right in front of him, and like he snaps a picture with his flash, but like flash goes in Marlin's eyes, and like it kind of blinds him for a little bit, and so he sees that all the divers are leaving with Nemo, and so he tries to swim to Nemo. He tries to swim to the boat, but like it moves away before he could go inside. So like it really like so that really like get that really like that that really like really freaks him out, and like he swims toward the boat. He follows the trails that the boat is leaving, and so like he's following it, and then like he ends up losing the boat, and like he gets like really scared, and like he gets really scared, and like he's like, it can't be gone, it can't be gone, no, no. And then he goes up to the air, and he's like, Nemo, Nemo, no. He tries to look for the boat while up in the air. He's like, Nemo, Nemo, no, Nemo, no, please, no, please, no. And like he goes down, he goes down back in the water. He tries to tell fish for if they saw a boat or anything, or for directions. And so like he and then while he's there, he runs into this fish named Dory. And so like he tells Dory like, Dory, I need directions. Did you see a white boat anywhere?" And she's like, "A boat? Yeah, I've seen a boat. It passed by not too long ago. It went this way. It went this way. Follow me." And so and so like Marlin thanks him, and then like they're swimming toward the boat, and so while they're swimming toward the boat, Marlin sees that Dory is not acting so right, and like she turns around, she sees Dory turns around and sees Marlin like if she didn't just meet him and all that, and so like she tries to like swim away from Marlin, so like Marlin is really confused, like, why are you swimming away from me and all that, and so they stop, and Dory's like, "Would you quit it? I'm trying to swim here. What, do you have a problem with me? Stop following me, okay?" And so Nemo's like, you're supposed to tell me which way the boat is." And she's like, "A boat? Yeah, hey, I've seen a boat. It passed by not too long ago. It went this way." And so she tries to give him directions again. He's like, wait a minute. You already told me which way the boat was going." So she was like, "I did? Oh no." And then Marlin gets really mad at her, and he thinks that she's like joking or something, but she tells him like, "I suffer from short-term memory loss," and so he's like, "What the fuck, short-term memory loss?" And so Dory like tells him that she had parents and all, and she's like, "Where are they?" And then she turns back to Marlin. She's like, "Can I help you?" And then he's like, "Something's wrong with you. All right, I gotta go find my son." So after that, a shark he runs into a shark, and the shark invites them to like a get together for like a thing they're doing, that like sharks aren't enemies with fish, that they're friends, not food. And so once that happens, they're trapped. They're telling their stories with the sharks, and they're telling the sharks like, I lost my son and all that, and they find a mask. They find the mask that one of the divers dropped while they were in the boat, and so he finds the mask, and he sees that there's markings, P. Sherman 42 Wally Way Cindy, but he can't read it. But Dory can read it though. And then Dory's trying to read it, but then she smacks her nose and blood comes out, and the great white shark smells it, and he's and he goes crazy for it, like all sharks do. And he tries to eat the fish, and Nemo and Dory have to run away. And so once that happens, the great white shark gets out of the other two sharks' grip, and goes down and tries to eat the fish, and that whole scene is really gives me anxiety every time I see it. And he the shark Bruce kind of acts like Jack Torrance in The Shining, especially when he breaks the door and he's like, "Here's Brucey," and so um, Nemo and Dory have run away from him. They get trapped in this small pipe thing that was in the boat, the sunken boat that they were in. So they're in there, and the shark's still trying to the shark Bruce is still trying to get them, but then the other two sharks, the Hammerhead and the Mako, we're sorry about this. He's just a little rabbit. He's actually a really nice guy. And so he's still biting, and Dory pulls a switch, and they go into the shark's mouth, they get out before he can swallow them, because his mouth is full of the pipe. And so they get the mask from him, and so once they have the mask, that can give them the directions on how to find Nemo. And then they escape from the sharks, and Bruce gets normal now, all his craziness goes away. And so once his craziness goes away, they see that the pipe that Bruce spit out went on bombs, and the whole place exploded. And so once that happens, Nemo and Marlin are knocked out, and then they wake up, and then they realize that they still have the mask. And so they have to use the mask to know directions, and so they ask a lot of other fish for directions on how to get to P. Sherman 42 Wally Way Sydney. And so while that happens, you see what's happening to Nemo. Nemo is Nemo is in a fish tank in a dentist place right near a beach, and so in Australia. Once so he's in there, and like Nemo meets a lot of other fish that are in the fish tank too. Like this fish named Gil, who's from the ocean like he was, but like all the other fish are from like pet stores like eBay, PetSmart, things like that. And so like what he's trying to do is like he's the fish are trying to help Nemo get back to the ocean. and so yeah, so like Nemo's trying to get back to the ocean, and Marlin's trying to find him. And so that's the whole plot of Finding Nemo. Now, do I like Finding Nemo? Yes, I love Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is actually on my top three favorite Pixar movies. This is really good. This is I would call this a masterpiece. Now, this is easily a masterpiece. This I have loved this movie ever since the first time I saw it back when I was like 5. I loved it ever since. This movie, every time I watch this movie, it gives me so much anxiety. This movie is so suspenseful. Like a lot of scenes in here are so suspenseful. I'll get to some of those scenes later on, but first, let me talk about the amazing characters. Marlin. Marlin is really good. Now, I really love Marlin. Marlin, you really see that this guy, like, he lost his wife and all his kids, but he had one, and he can't let anything bad happen to that one, but something bad is already happening to him, and he can't let him die like his wife and his kids. So you really see that this guy is really trying to find his son. He's trying really hard to find his son, that he doesn't not want him to die, and he does not want to be alone. uh, he wants his son. um, so and I love Dory too. Dory is a really funny character. I love the whole like short term memory loss that she has. And Ellen DeGeneres voicing her is perfect. Like I can't think of anyone else voicing Dory. She literally has the perfect voice for Dory, and so does Albert Brooks as Marlin. And so I really like Alexander Good as Nemo. He's he's not perfect as Nemo. He's not a perfect voice as Nemo, but like he's a bit close to being perfect. He still has a really good voice as Nemo. Um, I love Nemo. Nemo is really entertaining. Like you see that Nemo Nemo knows he can do things and all that, but like he hates how his dad doubts him, and so like he gets he gets really scared now that she's alone. Now that he's alone, why do I keep calling Nemo a she? So and you really see that Nemo is scared as he is in the fish tank and all that. And you see how much he wants to get home with his dad. That like that he regrets for getting his dad mad, and so does Marlin too. And I really like Willem Dafoe as Gil, the the fish in the fish tank with Nemo, like really helping him out on how to leave the fish tank and go back to the ocean. I really like Brad Garrett as Bloat, the puffer fish in there. I really like Allison Janney as Peach, the starfish. I love Aston Pendleton as Gurgle. I really like Gurgle. I like how Gurgle is like so afraid of germs, and like he hates dirtiness and all that, and he gets really funny at times. Like he's really funny. Like there's this one scene where like they're doing an initiation for Nemo, and like Gil is like, we have to help him to get out of here and go to the ocean. Is anyone with me? And they're all like, I, and then Gurgle's like, I think you're nuts. Okay, and Jeffrey Rush as Nigel is really cool too. Nigel is one of the pelicans that lives near the dentist and like visits the fish in the fish tank and like talks to them all the time. He's I really like him, and I like what he does in the ending. I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen it. Um, Stephen Root as Bubbles is really good too. Now Bubbles, I like how like he just loves Bubbles so much that like whenever they open like the bubble treasure chest, and he's like Bubbles, 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 my Bubbles. And I really like Vicky Lewis as Deb, and I like the whole thing with like her thinking that her reflection is her twin sister. Um, I really like John Ratzenberger as the fish that like makes so many other fish and like makes like like these fishes that like make shapes and like other like art things and all that. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think you guys will know what I'm talking about if you've seen it. I really like how the director Andrew Stanton voices a character in here, and I like how he voices Crush. Now I love Crush. Crush is the sea turtle. Now I love Crush a lot. Like he's really entertaining in all those scenes he's in with in the current with Nemo and Dory. Um, I really like Barry Humphries as Bruce. I love Eric Bana as Anchor, the hammerhead shark. I love Bruce Spence as Chum, the Mako shark. I like Bill Hunter as the dentist guy, Philip something. I forgot his last name. I really like Lulu Abelling as Darla. I like Darla too. How she's basically like a little bit of the villain in it. How like she kills fish that she gets for her present and all that from her uncle Philip. And I like that whole scene where they have to get Nemo out like fast or before Darla comes and like kills him and all that. So yeah that's all the characters. Yeah, I love all the characters. So I love the whole setting too. Like this whole movie looks so beautiful. Like the animation is so beautiful. The ocean, everything looks so gorgeous, and the literally like everything, like all the fish look gorgeous. Literally everything looks gorgeous. The dentist looks gorgeous. Everything. Um, yeah, the soundtrack to this movie is excellent too. Like I love the whole soundtrack to it. It definitely fits in with the movie about the sea and like a guy like trying to find his son. Yes, the theme definitely fits in. And sometimes I like listening to it. Just in case I'm thinking about finding Nemo, just listening to the themes. This movie has a little bit of comedy in it too, especially with Dory, and all the comedy works. Pretty funny. Um, Let me tell you guys one scene that gets me laughing. That's when this is not much of a spoiler, but like a pelican accidentally like tries to swallow Nemo and Dory, and like they're like and like they're trying to like get out of his throat and all that, and like it's tied on its tongue, and like Nigel, the other pelican, is like, hey, what's the matter? Fish got your tongue, and like he opens his mouth, and fish is actually on his tongue. And the pacing to this movie is really good too. This movie has a really really good pace. It goes by really fast. And like Yeah, it's an hour and like 40 something minutes, and it goes by pretty fast. And this movie definitely has a lot of heart in it while making it. This movie is so emotional, and let me get back to talking about the suspense. Now, the suspense is really good. Like the scene with the shark and the scene with the whale is so suspenseful. Like literally, like trapped inside a whale's mouth, and like the water's going down and all that, and that scene is so suspenseful, and like all the scenes like with Dory and like Nemo, no Dory and Marlin in danger, like the whale and the shark and like the jellyfish. All those scenes are very suspenseful, and you really feel for them. And like it gives me anxiety sometimes watching those scenes, and it's really good. So the so I don't have any flaws with this movie at all. I love everything about it. No, I have absolutely zero flaws with it. So, let me think. Is there anything else I should cover? Yeah, like I said, this movie had like a really big heart making it, and you really feel for all the characters. Um, yeah, in this movie, the end of the movie, always makes me cry every time. Um, but like then they fix it, and like it becomes happy and emotional. So to rate this movie, I'll definitely rate it an A plus. It is really good. My second favorite Pixar movie. So